are 10 common symptoms that you are low in vitamin D, and it's definitely something that you want to follow up on. Get your blood work checked to see where your vitamin D level is at, but at the same time, these 10 symptoms will give you a good indication that your vitamin D is lacking. Okay, number 1 on my list is back pain and chronic back pain. And you're asking yourself, okay, I'm not sure why I've got this back pain. Maybe it's because I'm more active or less active or sitting around too much. Well, it could be because of a vitamin D deficiency, which is so common as a correlation for chronic back pain. Okay, number 2, another symptom of low vitamin D is joint pain. So just aches and pains in general as related to that low vitamin D. Number 3 is fatigue, so your lack of energy. And we know that this is really common, especially in countries where there's not a lot of natural vitamin D from sunlight exposure in the midst of winter. A lot of people just simply feel more fatigued, and that could be very much correlated to that low vitamin D. Number 4 on my list is depression, low mood because of that lack of vitamin D. And we know that the sun, yes, makes us feel so good, partly because of that vitamin D that it's naturally giving us, that conversion on our skin, through our kidneys, through our liver, to that active vitamin D3. Okay, number 5 on my list, another symptom of low vitamin D is anxiety. So yeah, there are vitamin D receptors in the brain, and this is affecting your neurotransmitters, the way that you're feeling in terms of your serotonin, your dopamine levels. So making sure that you're optimizing vitamin D becomes very important, especially if you know that you suffer with anxiety and anxious thoughts. Number 6 on my list is tingling in the hands and feet. Can also be related to low vitamin D status. Number 7 is eczema and chronic skin rashes, itchiness on the skin related to a vitamin D deficiency. And often just getting some natural sunlight exposure or optimizing your vitamin D levels, maybe with a high quality supplement, can really help with those chronic skin disorders like eczema. Okay, number 8, another symptom of low vitamin D is chronic urinary tract infections. So this is something, again, that you wouldn't necessarily correlate to low vitamin D, but when our vitamin D is low, this suppresses our proper immunity, and that's why recurring infections of any type, but UTIs, is on my list. Okay, number 9 is getting colds and flus often. And we know, again, that our immune system is compromised when we're lacking in that active vitamin D3. So this is important to optimize your levels. And number 10, a chronic cough. So inflammatory lung disorders very much correlated to a vitamin D deficiency. Really important that you're optimizing your levels. So here are a couple of my tips. How do we optimize our vitamin D? Okay, tip number 1, of course, is to get natural sunlight exposure. So those UVB rays on your skin is really important to convert to that active vitamin D3. Tip number 2, you may need to supplement. So depending on the time of year, how much natural sunlight exposure you can get, supplementing with a high quality vitamin D3 supplement from a natural source, and the one that I like is from sheep's wool, from their lanolin. This is a great way now to optimize your vitamin D3 levels in just the right amount in those times when you may need it. Now, getting that natural sunlight exposure may be something that you don't know how to do in a safe way. It's so important that we do this safely, so I want you to check out this video, 6 safe sun exposure tips. I'll see you there.